Hello, Sumolings. It's Izzy from AppSumo. Thank you for joining us for another product webinar. We are going to dive into tech in just a minute, but I want to give everybody a second just to trickle in. Today, we are joined Veronica, who is the communications manager over at Metricool. She will be running the webinar today, and we also have Sergio, who is the product manager. He will be hanging out in our Q&A box and in the chat room. Metricool is a complete online platform that lets you analyze, manage, and grow your digital, as well as generate custom reports. It is a super helpful and insightful tool, and we are excited to dive into it today. It's available on AppSumo right now at just $49. And before I turn this over to them to give you the walkthrough, first, a few things you should know. One, we want to get to know you better. So if you are hanging out in the chat room, you can go ahead and tell us about your business. Tell us about why you're interested in this tool. Next thing is if you have any questions, of course, you can leave those questions in the Q&A box down below the video. We will circle back to those questions at the end of the webinar. And finally, we will be sending play. So once we are done recording this, you can watch this as many times as you want, but also if you have to step out, it's a deal. All right, let's get started. Veronica, Sergio, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us here today and give us the opportunity to introduce what Metricool is and what we can do for all of you. We are thrilled about being part of this awesome community. So, well, Metricool, if you let me a bit explain the main features that Metricool offer, is we have 7 key features amongst many others. That is like, the first one is like we offer easy analytics. We give you the opportunity also to compare with your competitors. You can also generate custom and automated reports. You can plan your posting, your social media postings. You can even create with our link of Instagram, you can create a landing page builder. You can also advertise on Google Ads and Facebook Ads, and even manage your inbox if you are using social platforms as a customer service channel. So I'm willing to
describe you as a complete online platform. Yeah, when we describe you as a complete platform, we're not joking. Thank you for that brief overview. Yeah, let's dive into it. I'm going to pass this over to the webinar. I'm going to go ahead and mute my camera or mute my mic and turn off my camera.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. So, and I'm going to turn this so you can see everything well. Okay, so once you register with your AppSumo codes and you register with Metricool, the first thing you have to do is connect your social networks. So Metricool is organized with brands. So a Metricool brand allows you to manage eight different social profiles: 1 blog or website, 1 Twitter account, 1 Facebook page or group, 1 professional Instagram account, that is a business account or a creator account, also a LinkedIn page. Also, you can connect your Google Ads, as I mentioned earlier, and you can connect also your Facebook ads. Even for Google Ads, you can create your own account from scratch. That can come very handy. And also 1 Google My Business connection. So here you will start adding your brands. Here you put the name of your profile, so everything, so you can start working. If you have any problem when you are connecting your accounts, I have to say it's a very easy process, and also Metricool will drive you through the process step by step, and we have a live chat box available if you have any question. Also, you have the opportunity to configure who can access each brand, and you can give them there are different level levels of permission, so you can allow a team member to have only access to the analytics, or you can allow them to publish too on the social networks of any specific brand. So I think in this page, this panel is quite straightforward. You shouldn't have any problem to connect any of your social networks. Also, once you create your social networks, create your different brands, you can switch here on this panel, and also here you can change easily. So let's see how Metricool is structured. So Metricool is structured in 4 main sections: the evolution section, real-time, planning, and ads. So in the evolution section, you will have access to all the analytics and main metrics of the different social networks that you have connected with Metricool. So the structure of all of them are very similar. So I'm gonna focus today on Instagram, and I'm gonna use Metricool as an example throughout this demo. So first thing, what you have to do is select which period of time you want to analyze. So you can do it through the calendar that you have on the right side. Say, for example, you want to select March, or also there are pre-programmed buttons that you can click depending on, well, maybe you are interested to analyze only yesterday or the current month. In this case, well, we are gonna analyze March, so the previous month. So if you see, the graphs are very easy to understand. All of them are interactive. That means if, for example, you are interested in knowing the people that you are following to, you can select that. Or if you want to see both, you can see both. Or if you want to see the followers, but you don't want to see the post, you can unclick them. Also, on this arrow, when you pass the mouse over the arrow, you can see the variation with the previous period. That is, if you are analyzing March, well, it will compare with February. So also, and this is very interesting, there are demographic information, so you can understand a bit better your audience. You can know the gender and the age range, or even the country that your followers are from or where they connected from. Also, you can get valuable information about your profile and about the impressions, the reach, or even how many times followers click your link in bio. Also, you get important information about all your posts, public engagement ratio, the interactions, the reach, the impressions, always all this information in relation to your post. So if you keep scrolling down, you will see a chart with a detail of each of the publications published in the period selected. So all these charts, the post list, and all of the charts that you will find in the evolution section in any of the social networks, you can download them in a CSV file. This can come very handy for further examination. Also, all these charts can be sorted by any of the metrics you want. You might want to see the likes, or maybe you are interested to sort it by reach. Again, you have information about the hashtags used in your publications and also about your stories. As you see, all these charts are, you can download them in a CSV file. So, and this is, as I explained before, this is one of our main features, and I think what makes Metricool unique is that we offer competitor analysis. What is this? So for example, if you're an influencer, you might want to know how other influencers are performing and how they are, well, how often they publish on Instagram in this case. For example, in this case, Here you can see how many followers a king has and how many posts he publishes every month or this month in particular. But if you want to gather more information, you can click on this arrow and you will see the evolution of his followers. So also you can see their interactions that his posts generate, also a detail of his posts, and even the hashtags he uses. So all this information can be very valuable to design your own strategy. Again, all these graphs that you see here are fully interactive. And finally, once you have analyzed everything and once you analyze everything, you want to present this information, maybe to other member of the team, maybe to your final customers. So this is what you can use and generate your reports. So here again, you can choose the period of time you want to analyze. Also, you can customize it and choose the language you want to show in your report. Also, all these reports are very easy to understand and you can fully custom them. So you can create your own templates, and once you create them, you don't have to do anything else. Next time you want a report, you can use that template. You don't have to do any other configuration. So this is very useful. So for example, in my case, well, here we have several. I create my own template, then you can edit it. And for example, here I chose Instagram, and you can choose which slides you want to show for your report. Also, maybe you decide that you want to show Facebook too and show the demographic information or not. Then if you continue, you can add pictures. So for your background cover, your background body, your logo. And if you continue, you can even choose the colors for the graphs. So this is a great way. And well, I didn't mention that also you can choose your own logo. So in this case, all these reports, you can download them in PDF or in PowerPoint, and you have access to your previous downloads. This is very useful if you want to come back to your report from February and you want to compare the data with March. If you are interested in checking a demo, you can click this graph and you will see how the information is. So once you have clear how your content is performing on the different social channels, you can start planning your content according with all that information that you just learned. So first, on the right side, you can see the best time on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The information is shown, for example, in the case of Twitter, is in blue color. So when a darker hue means that is when your followers on Twitter are more active. And the worst is when your followers are rarely active. Okay, so that will help you, and that is, for example, here you can see why we don't publish at this time, because our followers are not active at all. So for example, here you can start creating your posts. So you can do it on one network or in two or in three, on all of them. If you want to send this, you want to make sure that you send the same, like how I would say, the same message across all social platforms. So for example, here we want to publish and we want to share on Twitter about our latest blog. So I can say, check our post, and then we have in our tool an embedded emoji keyboard. And for example, we say, check our post. Here, even we can mention someone. So for example, we are gonna mention Metricool. Here we are gonna share our, this is not what I wanted to do. So for example, we want to share this post. So if we want to see how it's on Twitter, we can click the preview on, and it will show us how will be shown on Twitter, as you can see. If you want to publish also on Facebook and LinkedIn, you can do it too. Here you choose the date that you want to share your post, and also you can choose the time. I should mention that also for if you are using publishing on Twitter, it's very useful our shortener, because as you know, the limitation of characters on Twitter is very restrictive. Also, if you want to boost your post on Facebook, you can do it also from here. And then you just have to save the post and it's planned. There is another way to do it that it will save you even more time. You can also publish in bulk through a CSV file. You put all the information in a template that we share with you, so it's very easy to fill. And then you just have to upload it, and all your posts will be planned at the same time. Also, you can download your calendar if you want to share with your clients or you want to make any changes. So it's another way to have very visually all your posts published, planned. Also, I should mention that you can plan ahead with no limit. So you can plan your post for the next 2 months. So it's up to you. Another very useful feature are our Autolists. So our Autolist is a way to create publications that publish automatically. So you can do it recurrent or not. You can use our link shortener or not. You can decide where to publish and also which days you want to publish and at what time. So this is, for example, an example of an Autolist. And as you see, once you add them, you can change the order easily. Also, you can add them from a CSV file, the same way as I showed you before. And another interesting update is that now you can link your RSS feed. So for example, if any update that you make on your blog, it will be published automatically. Also, we have our Instagram link that I mentioned earlier, I think at the beginning of my presentation, my introduction. So Instagram link is a landing page builder. You know that Instagram has only allows you to add one clickable link in your link in bio. So what Metricool does is give you the opportunity to add multiple links, and you can do it in 2 different ways. Either you can add buttons. So here you put the text and you add the link and that's it. And it will be shown like this. Or you can make your post clickable. So for example, in this case, these are all our posts that have a link, and once you click those images, they will drive your followers to the sites you want. It's as simple as clicking add picture, and then all the posts that you have on Instagram will appear, and you just have to select which one you want to make clickable, then you will add your link, and that's it, very simple. Lastly, you have your ads section. So the ad section is structured in 3 different models. You have the campaigns, the keywords, and create campaigns. So in the campaign section, you can see how your Facebook ads and Google Ads campaigns are performing. You can select one of them or both of them, just Facebook in this case. So here you will see how they were performing, for example, how many impressions they are receiving, how many clicks, and according to that information, you can make informed decisions. If you don't like the performance and you don't think that they are providing any good results, you can pause your campaign here. And also, if the opposite, if you really like how it's working, one specific campaign, you can even increase the bid, or the opposite, you can reduce it. So this come in very handy because you can make the decisions with the information in front of you. Also, you might not be interested on all our columns, so you can click which information you want to show. Then we have our keywords. Keywords is only for Google Ads, and what it shows is to see how relevant your ads are in relation to the keywords chosen. So here you have the quality score, an overview, and then by search, by creative, or by land. And lastly, you have the option to create your campaigns. You can choose to create a campaign on Google Ads alone, both together, or just Facebook ads. Here you have to fill the landing URL, then the campaign name, and then, for example, in this case that we are choosing Facebook ads, you can choose if you want to do conversions or a traffic campaign. We are gonna choose traffic, and we are gonna decide to choose Facebook newsfeed and Instagram feed. I should mention that here you have very valuable information that can guide you through the process if you have any questions. Anyway, as I mentioned before, we have a live chat that is available. So if you have any question, we'll be happy to solve them at the moment, at the right moment. So then you continue with your campaign, and here you will see the demography, and you can choose where your campaigns are gonna be shown, the audience you want to direct your campaigns to, the age range, the language. Also, this is very interesting because you can see depending what you chose, you can see the potential reach of your campaigns. Here you can define your audience a bit more. This is this is optional, so you don't have to fill it. Then you can decide the design. For example, here we chose this picture, and on the right side, this comes very handy. We will show you which post on Instagram, for example, got more likes, more comments, have more engagement. So maybe you should bet on this post. Also here, if you scroll down, you can see the preview, how your campaign or your ad will be shown. If you want to add more, you want to add more ads to your campaign, you just click this plus symbol and you can add as many as you want. Finally, you have to choose your budget. You can choose $1 or $2. It depends what you want. You can do it automatically or manually. And then the next step is you have an overview of the look of your campaign, and you just have to click create campaign and it's done. Very easy. Quickly, I'm gonna go through our real-time section that I skipped before. So here you can have a snapshot of what's going on your website or blog at the moment. Then we have the hashtag tracker. that this is an add-on. And well, just to remind you that if you buy one AppSumo code, you get one day to try any of the hashtags. This is meant to analyze the hashtags of an event. And if you want to see a demo, you can click here and see the results. Also, we can have this is an example of what's the information you will find if you monitor a hashtag with us. And then let's see if this let me select my screen. So then you have Twitter also, that you can check how your publications of the last 8 days, and you can even discover the most loyal followers. And if you scroll down a bit more, you can even manage your community, following your followers or unfollowing the people who doesn't follow you. Well, that's up to you. Another interesting thing is you can contrast all this information with one of your competitors. And finally, if you are using, especially if you are using the messages on social networks as a customer service channel, you can use this section. So you will have information about, you will receive all the messages received on Facebook Messenger, Facebook comments, Instagram comments, Twitter messages, and also Google My Business reviews. So this is, you will have everything in the same place, so you don't have to go through other tools to get all this information. So I think this is all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
We do have some questions if you're ready for them.
Any have a question or?
Yes, we do. So here, I'm going to go through, there are a bunch, I will be honest.
I'm sure there are.
So I'm going to go through some of the questions. I'm going to go through some of the questions that have already been answered, okay. But we want them to be available in the replay. And also, if you happen to have this question and you didn't see that it was answered, now you might know it. So the first question is Metricool offering automatic posts to Instagram?
So not at the moment. We are waiting for Instagram authorization. So how it works with Metricool, it works with push notifications. So you receive a message when it's time to publish. You receive a message with the pictures and the text you planned on our tool. And the only thing you have to do is click on them, and it will direct you to Instagram, and you just have to post. But direct posting, we don't have at the moment.
Awesome. So this lends itself a bit to the next question. Is there a public roadmap, and what are some things that you're looking forward to?
So at the moment, we didn't share with you a roadmap, but I mean, we are always including new updates weekly and monthly. So, and we always notify our customers with emails so they can be always aware of what's going on. I can tell you that we are planning to introduce, for example, Pinterest, and we are waiting for the authorization. But because it's something that it doesn't depend directly on us, we can give you an exact date. So.
Awesome. And if any of the viewers want to dive in deeper into any of the steps that you showed us today, is there a place that they can access this?
So excuse me, what's the question?
Yeah, if anybody wants to dive in deeper to what we saw today, is there anywhere
Yes.
that they can see training videos or anything to go step by step?
So yes, so for example, we have tutorials. So here, I'm gonna click our tutorials. So if someone is just getting started with Metricool and want to learn a bit more about all our features, I think you can find all the information here. Also, if people are starting with our tool, as I mentioned before, if they have any question, we have a live chat box available for all our users. So we can guide them through the process and help them, well, exactly to understand a bit better our tool.
Awesome. If somebody wants to generate a report for someone else, like a potential client, how can they do that?
So yes, so you can create, well, first thing with the team members, as I explained earlier, you can have access to your customers. So you can, so they can, so as I explained before, you can choose only read or you can publish. So for example, for a client, you can choose just for them to only read. So they will have access to all the evolution section. You can also generate the reports, and they can receive it by email automatically.
Awesome.
So this is what you can do.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I'm going through some of these. If somebody wants to add images, how are images for the post handled if you upload a spreadsheet of posts? Do you have to add the images afterwards?
No, you can do it. So for example, I'm gonna show you in the planning here, in the add from CSV file. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna show, but it is divided in different columns, and then you can add your pictures and the URL of each of the pictures. So you don't have to do it afterwards.
Awesome. Can a user generate a detailed report for one competitor only?
No, you can. I mean, when you generate your reports, I'm gonna show you here in the, so for example, if you want to create a new template on Instagram, for example, yeah, you could choose, yeah, but it could be just the chart, not the detailed information that I show you in the dashboard. So,
Okay.
so the answer is no.
And then their question is, what about someone, I think this is in regards to reports. If somebody is not a customer or a client, but a potential customer, can you prepare something for them?
Well, I mean, if it's, well, the thing is like when you start connecting your social networks, you need to be an administrator of the social network. So if it's a potential customer and you don't have the permissions, you can't connect. And obviously, I mean, you could show in the competitor as a competitor, but that's it. It's not exactly what you are looking for in this case.
If they are using a brand seat for a client but discontinue working with them, can they switch out that seat for a different brand or client in the future?
Oh, yes. So, for example, here you can delete, if, for example, this one, you can add new, for example, you add a new brand here. And, well, you give the name and save it, and you connect all the social networks. If you stop working with them, you just can delete the profile and use that you have a free profile again to add a new brand. So yeah, you can do it easily.
Awesome. I love that. All right. Let's see. There's so many. Interesting. So I just want to ask, we're just going to go through some of these new questions that are just popping up now. For the Google, oh, and it went away. Sebastian's on it.
Maybe he
He's
found
answering all of your
the
questions
answer.
very quickly. So this has already been answered, but I'm going to ask you right now anyway. For the Google ads and Facebook ads, can each brand have a separate AdWords/Facebook account, or do the ads run through only one account?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you well. So could you repeat, please?
For the Google ads and Facebook ads, can each brand have a separate AdWords or Facebook account, or do the ads run through only one account?
I'm not sure if I understand the question, but
I can
maybe
spoil
Sergio
alert.
can help us with that.
Sergio gave us an answer. The ideal setup is to have separate accounts for all of your customers.
Well, yes, he's right. Yeah, that's
right?
why I was confused. Yeah, so we follow Facebook ads recommendations. So when you have several clients, it's better that you have separated Facebook ads accounts too, because each campaign learns from the others. And if you mix clients, the result can be all mixed. And then it's not clear which brand is giving you better results or not. So it's better also always to have separate Facebook ads account, and the same way it works with Metricool.
Good to know. Can somebody archive a profile in case that client comes back later or needs an audit of charges, etc., after the fact?
I'm so sorry. I think it's cutting up, so I couldn't hear you properly again.
No, that's okay. I'm sorry.
No,
can you
fine.
archive a profile? So not just deleting it, but in case a client comes back or needs an audit of charges, etc., after the fact.
So the good thing is we don't delete the information. So if you delete the profile and then you want to connect it again, the past information will be saved. I have to say that, for example, for Instagram or for Twitter, when you don't have connected your account with Metricool, we won't be able to track your followers. But other than that, I mean, the information is not deleted.
All right, great to know. So just so anybody watching this knows, there will be a replay of this, of course. It'll be available to you shortly. That is it for our questions today. We are going, I'm gonna come back on camera. Hello. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, Veronica. And thank you so much for answering all of those questions so efficiently. If you have not already done so, you need to redeem your code for Metricool now. I highly recommend you head over to appsumo.com/Metricool, or it's under browse. It's starting at just $49, and it's of course backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So feel free to get set up, play around with it, pull some reports, do some analysis, etc., and let us know in the comments how it's going, and let us know what it's doing for you and your business. And if you have questions, of course, you can let us know what those are on the AppSumo deal page. And look forward to seeing what you create. Thank you so much, Veronica.
Thank you for having me here today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you, Sergio.
Thank you. Bye.